In a world ruled by a mighty empire, one man rises to lead his people to freedom. This is the epic anime-style retelling of Exodus and the journey to the Promised Land. Our story begins on Mount Horeb, where a shepherd named Moses encounters a sight that defies all logic: a bush, burning but not consumed. From the flames, a voice echoes with divine power. Moses led my people out of Egypt. Moses, stunned and his eyes wide with shock, stammers, "Emmi." But how the voice reassures him, "I will be with you." In that moment, his simple wooden staff begins to glow with a brilliant blue light, awakening like a legendary weapon. Armed with this newfound power and purpose, Moses travels to the heart of the Egyptian empire. Inside Pharaoh's grand palace, surrounded by golden pillars and flickering torches, he makes his demand, "Let my people go." But Pharaoh, with a villainous smirk, scoffs at him. Never. What follows is a clash of wills, a battle between a tyrant's pride and a divine mandate. A rapid montage of epic plagues unfolds. The sky darkens, swarms of locusts descend like a living storm, and lightning cracks across the palace, each one a powerful strike against Pharaoh's arrogance. After the 10th and final plague, a heartbroken Pharaoh finally relents. The Israelites, their chains broken at last, rush out of Egypt under the cover of night. The scene is filled with energy, speed lines emphasizing their desperate flight towards a new dawn. But their freedom is short-lived. The narrator's voice reminds us that Pharaoh's heart hardened once more. He gathers his chariots and his army, charging after them in a dramatic, thundering pursuit across the desert sands. The chase leads the Israelites to the edge of the Red Sea, a vast, impassable barrier. With Pharaoh's army closing in, panic spreads through the crowd. "We're trapped." They cry out, their faces etched with fear. But Moses steps forward, his faith unwavering. He raises his glowing staff high into the air. A massive blast of blue energy erupts, striking the water. The sea splits apart, forming two towering walls of water, creating a dry path through the depths. It was a miracle carved by divine power. The Israelites hurry across the seabed, their path lit by the otherworldly glow. As the last of them reaches the other side, the Egyptian army charges into the passage. But just as quickly as the path opened, the towering walls of water crash back down, swallowing the pursuing army in a dramatic, slow-motion wave of destruction. Now free, their journey through the vast and unforgiving wilderness begins. For 40 long years they would wander, their faith tested at every turn. When hunger gnawed at them, God sent bread from heaven, manna, which descended like glowing white crystals, sparkling in the desert sun. When thirst parched their throats, Moses struck a rock with his staff, and a fountain of fresh water burst forth like a magical spring, quenching the entire nation. Their journey led them to the foot of Mount Sinai, a mountain that trembled and smoked as lightning cracked the sky. There, Moses ascended into the storm and received the 10 Commandments stone tablets glowing with divine light, inscribed with the laws that would guide his people. With serious, determined eyes, he accepted his mission. I will lead them. But even with these incredible miracles, the journey was far from easy. The harshness of the desert and the constant struggle for survival wore them down. Doubt began to creep into their hearts, and arguments broke out. They faced fierce battles, blinding desert storms, and moments of deep despair. Through it all, Moses prayed intensely, his faith a beacon in the darkness. It was during these trials that a new leader, Joshua, rose among them. With the heart of a hero, he rallied the people, shouting, "We must trust in the Lord's promise." Finally, after 40 years of trials and tribulations, they arrived. The camera rises over a breathtaking landscape, land of rolling green hills, flowing rivers, and golden light. They had reached the border of the promised land. Moses, now an old man, stands on a mountain overlooking this beautiful new home. He cannot enter, but a soft, peaceful smile touches his lips as he gazes upon it. "My people," he says, "your future begins there." The final shot shows Joshua filled with heroic energy, leading the Israelites forward into their destiny. This was the anime-style retelling of Exodus and the journey to the Promised Land. If you enjoyed this epic story, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. Join us for more incredible biblical sagas brought to life like you've never seen them before. Thanks for watching.